to study the circulatory system. As the name says, circulation, it means it has no starting or the ending point. It starts and it moves on. A human, when is born, the heartbeat starts from the fetus when it is just of 2 or 3 weeks, and it ends with the death of the human. Let us start. The circulation system is basically double circulation system. It has pulmonary circuit and the systematic circuit. The pulmonary circuit starts when the deoxygenated blood by the pulmonary arteries moves to the lung. Here, the lung exhales the carbon dioxide and oxygen is intake. The intaked oxygen by the help of pulmonary vein reaches the heart. This is the pulmonary circuit, and the systematic circuit starts when the oxygenated blood by the heart is pumped to the body, and this body receives the oxygen and it supplies the carbon dioxide in exchange. By the help of veins, this deoxygenated blood reaches the heart. This is the systematic circuit. It is what? Double circulatory system. The circulation system is completed by the help of arteries and veins. When we look into the structure of arteries and vein, we see the vein has a wall present in it, while the arteries does not have the wall. Vein has 3 layers: tunica adventitia, tunica media, and tunica intima, and the lumen has a wall present in it. While when we see the arteries has 3 layers: tunica externa, tunica media, and tunica intima. The lumen here is small. The small lumen makes the blood flow with very pressure, right? When the blood flows is pumped from the heart, it with pressure reaches to the whole parts of the body, and the vein has a valve which prevents the backflow of the blood because it is against the gravitational force, right? Arteries has thick valve, outer wall, and a small lumen, while veins have a thin wall and a large lumen with a wall, while the capillaries are only single cell wall, right? Let us start with the heart. What is the heart? Heart is a continuous working membrane of the human body. It starts from the fetus and it ends with the life, right? ठीक. Now let us start when the oxygenated blood enters. It enters by pulmonary vein to the heart, and the deoxygenated blood enters by the pulmonary arteries. This one thing more. The superior vena cava and inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood towards the heart. Superior vena cava brings the blood from the head and the upper extremities towards the heart, and the inferior vena cava brings the blood from the abdomen and the lower extremities towards the heart. It enters the right atrium. Heart is basically 4-chambered. It has right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and the left ventricle. When the deoxygenated blood enters by the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava to the right atrium, it has tricuspid wall. This is tricuspid wall. The tricuspid wall is between the right atrium and the right ventricle. After entering the right atrium, passing through the tricuspid valve, it enters the right ventricle, and then from the right ventricles, it by the help of 2 pulmonary arteries goes towards the lung, where lung makes it oxygenated, and then the oxygenated blood enters the pulmonary by the help of pulmonary vein towards the left atrium. Remember one thing: the deoxygenated blood enters the body by the right atrium, while the oxygenated blood enters the left atrium. This left atrium has a bicuspid valve. This is also said mitral valve. After entering the mitral valve, it enters the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle, by the help of aorta, it is sent to the various parts of the body, means the whole body. And here we can remember it once again. The blood, the deoxygenated blood enters the body by the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava to the right atrium. Then by the tricuspid wall, it passes to the right ventricle, and then it moves to the pulmonary artery, which takes to the lung. And by the lung oxygenate the blood, exhales the carbon dioxide, and the oxygenated blood by the help of pulmonary vein enters the left atrium. Left atrium and the left ventricle have a mitral wall which is bicuspid, and from the left ventricle the blood moves by the help of aorta to the body. This is circulatory system. When the blood moves from the arteries to the body organs, capillaries, the exchange of what? Oxygen and nutrients takes place. The oxygen and nutrients are diffused to the body cells by the arteries. Yes. And the carbon dioxide and waste are exhaled, are diffused to the capillaries, and then capillaries take this deoxygenated and metabolic waste towards the heart, and where heart sends it to the lungs for oxygenation and exhalation of carbon dioxide. This is circulatory system. I hope you understood it better and will never remember or forget it. Yes, you will never forget it. Thank you.